Two roads diverged in the yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Journey with us on a trip down the ranch road for a closer look at life off the beaten path, where musicians, writers, humorists, storytellers, poets, and other artists meet at the rural crossroads. It's an exploration of the legacy of roots music, Southern culture, and the arts. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.
All right, we're on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ranch Roadshow presented by We'll Stay Here Again. Tonight we've got a very, very special guest, Frank Martin Gilligan. Joe Gavito on, what is this instrument you're playing?
Guitar. It's a small guitar. It's a high-tune guitar.
A high-tune guitar.
He plays a little guitar.
A little guitar. We met Joe, Frank, we met Joe tonight, we met Frank many, many years ago, and has been a good friend. He's a very talented songwriter, singer-songwriter. You might have seen him performing with MASON Dixon back in the 80s if you're that old. But tonight we have him here on the Ranch Road Show, and without further ado, we're going to enjoy some music from Frank Martin.
All right.
Back when I was only 10, I didn't understand the pain. One day, Grandma lost her smile and seemed to lose her way. Got new faces, got names, things are never quite the same. She slipped a little further on with every passing day. Even if you think that you'll be ready, never really faced the hardest part. And even if you see it coming, it's gonna break your heart. Yeah, it's gonna break your heart. And when I was just 15, I went out for the high school team. Didn't take me long to see I was in over my head. And the coach said, son, it's pretty clear, we need to take another look next year. Never will forget the tears I shed. Even if you think that you'll be ready, never really faced the hardest part, oh no. And even if you see it coming, it's gonna break your heart. Yeah. Well, you think that after all this time a grown man could get along just fine and deal with whatever comes his way. But I didn't count on losing you. I'm finding out one thing is true. If you're gonna love, you're gonna have to pay. Even if you think that you'll be ready, never really faced the hardest part, oh no. And even if you see it coming, it's gonna break your heart. Yeah, it's gonna break your heart. Oh, oh, yeah. It's gonna break your heart. Yes, it will. Well, thank you very much. Oh, stop it, stop it, stop it. We have to keep going here. Now, that'll be enough of that now. All right. Well, certainly very nice to be here. My buddy Joe Gavito, everyone. We've been playing together since the 1970s, if you believe that. That's been a while. So anyway, I don't want you all to get whiplash with the different styles that we're going to play, but so be it, you know, because I want to get these songs out to people to hear. I'm Irish. I have 4 grandparents from Ireland, and so I wrote a song for them and for everyone's Irish grandparents who had to leave that beautiful country for opportunity. This is called A Piece of Ireland. Oh, my name is Jimmy Butler, and I come from Ballyhale. On the 2nd of November, for America I sail. And I am only one of many looking for a better life. Nevermore to see Kilkenny that cuts me like a knife. And I shall sail on the wild Atlantic Ocean. My tears shall fall and mingle with the sea. And I will come to build a mighty, mighty nation. And I take a piece of Ireland with me. My father says there's nothing left here, and I have to say it's true. How can a land so beautiful at the same time be so cruel? But there's a lady in the harbor standing there to welcome me, and she's lifting up her lamp now. My future I can see, and I shall sail on the wild Atlantic Ocean. My tears shall fall and mingle with the sea, and I will come to build a mighty, mighty nation. And I take a piece of Ireland with me. Oh, and I shall sail on the wild Atlantic Ocean. My tears shall fall and mingle with the sea. And I will come to build a mighty, mighty nation. And I take a piece of Ireland with me. Oh, 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 I will take a piece of Ireland with me. Thank you very much. We're going to do kind of a brand new song. This is, I don't know what this is. I'll just go with what Joe says. Joe says it's blues. I'll go with blues. Because you'll find out that we've had disagreement about that particular genre in another song. But this song is called What I Tell Myself. After a while, it won't hurt anymore. When the tears have all gone, it's time to move on. At least that's what I tell myself. When I can smile just like I did before, that's when I'll know that I can let go. At least that's what I tell myself. She couldn't have made it any clearer. She never loved me from the start. That's not what I say to the man in the mirror. I can't even say it to my broken heart. Learning to live again when it's all behind me. Love's gonna find me, at least that's what I tell myself. Oh, at least that's what I tell myself. Thank you very much. All righty then. So I have a friend that lives in Dallas, Texas. His name is Randy Brooks. And I said to him, Randy, I wrote a song about Texas and I need your help. I need your help finishing it. He said, as long as you're not worried about being associated with me. See, Randy wrote, Grandma got run over by a reindeer. So you either love the man or you're, let's just say your feelings are ambivalent. Oh, you know, and Randy's uncle, for those of you listening, was Foster Brooks, that fantastic comic actor who did a really great drunk act as a teetotaler. So this song is about a gal from Oklahoma who decided that the Lone Star State was the place to be. It's called Look Out, Texas. Well, she was running from a heartbreak back in Tulsa. She and Oklahoma, they were done. Somebody told her Austin was a great place to get lost in, and maybe even find a little fun. She said, so long, Oklahoma. Look out, Texas, here I come. Well, she wondered as she crossed that old Red River why them Okie boys were just like kryptonite. The only thing for certain to get rid of all the hurting was to find a Texas Superman to treat her right. You know anything can happen once Oklahoma's out of sight. Yeah, you know that's right. Her reinvention's getting nearer. Durant's in the rearview mirror. Everything to win, nothing left to lose. She's headed in the right direction. Won't be long till she's a Texan, singing all the words to London homesick blues. Oh yeah. Well, she stopped to pull the top down outside of Waco. She merged back on Highway 35. She put the pedal to the metal, and up to shame the devil. She said, Lord, ain't it great to be alive? That Austin city limits, she said, look out, Texas, I've arrived. Yes, she's arrived, Texas. Look out now, here she comes. Ooh, here she comes. All right, thank you. Oh, you think maybe we should let's do a cover song, Joe. So I was in the parking lot of the Opryland Hotel in 1989, because that's where I used to stay when I was in Nashville, in the parking lot of the Opryland Hotel. And a fella comes up to me and says, I just want to introduce myself. I'm a big fan of your band. The band was named MASON DIXON. If you're a country music archaeologist, you would know that. But he said, I was a bouncer in Oklahoma. Y'all come and played our place, and man, I'm just proud to know you. I said, well, what are you doing in Nashville? He said, I got my first record coming out. I said, that's great. And we found out we were on the same record label. As he walked away, I said, I'm sorry, man, you got to tell me your name again. He said, my name is Garth Brooks. I sure hope he's done all right. Looking back on the memory of the dance we shared beneath the stars above. For a moment, all the world was right. How could I have known that you'd ever say goodbye? And now, I'm glad I didn't know the way it all would end and the way it all would go. Our lives, they are better left to chance. I could have missed the pain, but I'd have had to miss the dance. Holding you, I held everything for a moment. Wasn't I a king? And if I'd only known how the king would fall, who's to say? You know I might have changed it all. And now I'm glad I didn't know the way it all would end, the way it all would go. Oh, our lives, they are better left to chance. could have missed the pain, but I'd have had to miss the dance. Yes, our lives are better left to chance. Could have missed the pain, but I'd have had to miss the dance. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, well, I appreciate that. So as I said, you're going to get a little whiplash with the kind of the styles that we're doing. Like this song here, I thought it was a blues song. And I played it for the Dream Killer here. I was so happy that I finished it. And I thought it turned out pretty good. He said, "That ain't blues, man." These guitar players, you know. I said, "Why isn't it blues?" He goes, "First of all, it doesn't start out with, 'Well, I woke up this morning.' Secondly, it's too many chords. Blues is 2 chords, 3 if you're really pushing it." I said, "Well, what is it, maestro?" He said, "It's a doo-wop song, you damn Yankee." So we compromised. I said it was blues. He said it was doo-wop. Blues, doo-wop, blues, doo-wop. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the very first blue-wop song. And I'm proud to say that it's #1 on the blue-wop charts right now. I gotta tell you, first it hurt like hell. After a million tears, you can hardly even tell that I was broken. Oh, you had to see it for yourself. Yeah. Did you come back just to finish what you started? Did you think that I should be just a bit more broken-hearted? You better go now, while I still think I'm over you. Ooh, right from the moment I saw you walking through that door, I told my heart to settle down. Ain't going down that road no more, but it ain't easy when you're standing right here in front of me. Yeah. Ooh, what will it take to keep this feeling from returning? What can I do to stop this fire from burning? You better go now, while I still think I'm over you. Mr. Joe Gavito. Hope you ain't talking second chances, no. Baby, you know that ship has sailed. You don't know what to do when it ain't up to you. How does it feel to know you failed? Did you come back just to started, did you think that I should be just a bit more broken-hearted? You better go now, while I still think I'm over you. Oh, 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 yeah, you better go now, while I still think I'm over you. Oh, yeah. Last chord is your secret chord, huh, Joe? All right, enough of that. So we're going to do a song that's called "I Finally Found Your Song," which seems rather evident. It's the first line of the song, so makes it easy to name the song. It's everybody that we come in contact with as a songwriter. If they've made an impact on your life, they deserve a song if we can muster one up. And whether they be an ex-lover, a current lover, your mom, your dad, your brother, whoever. So that's who this song is for, all those people who deserved a song and never got one. I finally found your song. It was hidden in some rhymes I thought were gone for good. I'd really love to sing it to you if I could. You're not here to listen anymore. I finally found the tears that I couldn't cry the moment that you slipped away. Even though I knew we'd never see another day, and I'd never see you coming through that door. I finally found the words, but I haven't found a single one that doesn't hurt. And if you ever heard time could take the pain away, it isn't true. No, it doesn't work. I finally found my voice, and I want the world to hear the things I have to say. I want somehow for you to tell me it's okay. You forgive me that it had to take so long. I finally found your song. I finally found the words, but I haven't found a single one that doesn't hurt. And if you ever heard the time could take the pain away, it isn't true. No, it doesn't work. Finally found my voice, and I want the world to hear the things I have to say. I want somehow for you to tell me it's okay. And you forgive me that it had to take so long. I finally found your Thank you very much. Well, I don't know what time it's getting to be, but it's not like we could do one more song and then take a little break. Now, this is perfect. I did this song with my buddies from MASON DIXON. You know, Nashville told us to go home in 1993, and they said stay out of Austin too. They didn't really say that, but I stayed out of Austin. So it took quite a while to get back in the swing of things. But when I did, we had some pretty good luck. So this song is about recapturing a passion, whether it be music or a person or a hobby or a passion. This is called Do It Right. Raise a glass to second chances, so much better than the first. Don't remember all the dances, but the ones I do well rehearsed. Never thought I'd have another way to make the fire burn. Never thought that I'd discover a way to take another turn. Now I'm gonna love deeper, even when my heart is breaking. I'm gonna speak truth, even when my voice is shaking. I'm gonna give it all, with all that I've been blessed. I'm gonna do it right till I ain't got nothing left. Well, it feels like it's the seventh inning. The game is more than halfway gone, but for me it's just beginning. I've been sitting on the bench too long. I might be an overreacher, setting sights a bit too far. I'll be swinging for the bleachers, that's where all my buddies are now. I'm gonna love deeper, even when my heart is breaking. I'm gonna speak truth, even when my voice is shaking. I'm gonna give it all, with all that I've been blessed. I'm gonna do it right till I ain't got nothing left. I thought I lost it all when I left it all behind me. Didn't think that it could find me anymore. I saw the window closing, I opened up the door. I figured out a way to make it better than before. Now I'm gonna love deeper, even when my heart is breaking. I'm gonna speak truth, even when my voice is shaking. I'm gonna give it all, with all that I've been blessed. I'm gonna do it right till I ain't got nothing left. Oh, 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 yeah. All righty.
Every morning, I go out to feed the chickens. Sometimes they're out, sometimes they're not. This morning, they're out. So My routine is I just turn on the hose, drag it over there, give them water, then give them feed, then come inside. Dixie caught her a month ago, and we've been feeding her cat food, which is Possum's favorite hors d'oeuvre. She's been doing good.
We're Clover and Rachel Carroll, and we own a small vacation rental business called We'll Stay Here Again. Not We'll, but Will. We'll Stay Here Again. We are currently managing 4 properties in Washington County, but we're growing that every day. One of the best things about being in this business is we get to involve our kids and get to be around our kids all the time. They're a part of what we do, and everyone has a job to do.
This is one of my favorite chickens. Her name is Felina, after the song of Out in the West Texas town of El Paso, I fell in love with the Mexican girl. So I have 3 chickens like this, and I have a lot of chickens. Well, the ones that look like these are called breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I named them myself. So, when it's time to do it, we can eat them in order.
Washington County is the birthplace of Texas. Most of the B&Bs in the area have a historical look to them. They're not like the big cities. People are coming to escape the city. They're coming to relax. They're coming to come see the antiques, shop for antiques, drink wine by a fire, relax, rekindle romance. And that's what we want to foster at our properties.
So this is our summer garden, or what's left of it. The only thing that's still going really well is the okra, of course, and the
fire ants.
and fire ants, and this little lemon cucumber that my dad says is a wild cucumber, and he's probably right, because he usually is about farm stuff. But this is what it looks like. They have a kind of a tart taste, and this is about as big as they get. When they get looking like that, then they're ready to pick. And it loves the heat. Nothing throws it back. As hot as it's been this summer, this thing has just thrived. I mean, look at it.
And it hasn't rained all summer long, so the ground's really hard.
My job is to do all of the renovation, handle it all. I love working with my hands. I come from a construction background, and if I don't do it, our team of vendors are handling it.
I hear gunshots. One of the good things about living in the country, you feel safe. Everyone out here has guns.
Every morning I would get up at 4 and I would get into Houston really early, and then I would get back around 7:30, and I really wasn't seeing the kids. In latter part of 2018, Cooper, our middle, was diagnosed with Friedreich's ataxia.
I want to get ready first.
Does Papa have to get in to help you get in there?
Nope.
Just do a face dive.
No,
What
I'm
is a
just.
face dive, Papa?
It's a life-shortening neuromuscular degenerative disease.
You're gonna.
And it hit us pretty hard, but God's in the business of bringing glory to himself through stories like this. I knew that I wasn't going to be spending the rest of the time that I had driving back and forth to Houston.
But we did know that we wanted to make the most of our family time. We've always made family the priority, but we knew that we needed to change our situation so that we're both here. The best way for us to learn things sometimes is through hardships, through hard things that get our attention and remind us that Christ is the center of all hope and all joy. Being a family-owned business, we get to run everything by our kids first and see if they enjoy it. The waffles were definitely a big hit.
With syrup and grape jelly and whipped cream and chocolate chips and ready-made biscuit mix and sprinkles. Don't forget sprinkles. We're also adding a hot tub this fall at all of the properties. We're going to have some hot tubs, and we are going to be bringing in a grocery delivery if you want grocery delivery, if you want a masseuse. And one of the things that we really like is having a background in jazz music. You can have your own private jazz concert.
Summertime, and the living is easy. Fishing or jumping, the cotton is high. Your papa's rich, and your mama's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry.
The Burton Cotton Gin Festival that happens every spring is a big draw from all over Texas, and it is like going back in time. Just everything they have, everything. They had a bubblegum blowing contest, a funnel, they had a pie eating contest. So there's the Cotton Gin, which is one of that houses the oldest diesel engine of its kind called the Lady B that still runs today. And so they fire it up at the Cotton Gin Festival. You can see it. So there's a big draw for that. So we have the Cotton Gin, and then we have the Cotton Den, which you can see Library of Congress photos. Rachel, by the way, Rachel does all the decoration. She does all of the decor, which is another name for decoration.
The Cotton Den is the perfect spot for a little family gathering. It has a very quiet, peaceful interior. We've brought the history of the Cotton Gin into that little space. The backyard is my favorite, though. It's perfect for small wedding or gathering. Clover did a gorgeous job putting together a chandelier in the backyard. We bring in picnic tables, and there's also this historic cistern in the back.
I guess I'd say how we're different from other vacation rentals in our area is our level of hospitality. If you come and you forget something, we're going to take care of you. We're going to find that for you. If you have a special need, we're going to take care of you. If you want a fire made for you, we'll get that fire made for you. If you need groceries delivered, we can get groceries delivered. If you want a masseuse, we can get a masseuse lined up. We're even experimenting with carriage rides this next season.
Our places are not in the big city. They're the quaint getaways that are quiet, peaceful, beautiful. That's what people get when they come to one of our places.
We know when you travel, you want a vacation rental that has all the conveniences of home, so you can focus on what matters most on your vacation. We love hospitality, and we want someone to come and stay at one of our places and have an amazing stay. We want to be your home away from home.
Thank you all very much. And we're live again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, Frank Martin Gilligan and Joe Gavito joining us here on the Ranch Road Show. Thank you so much for being here.
Our pleasure.
So this here song is called Silver Dollar, and it's about a silver dollar that a friend of mine named Jack had. He showed it to a group of us. He said, can you imagine how many people have spent this coin? Because it was an 1890 silver dollar. And it was worn smooth, but you could still read In God We Trust. And across the top, it said E pluribus unum, as plain as day. And that's Latin for we all in this together. I said, buddy, that sounds like a song. The next day, this song was born. It was an old, worn, and faded 1890 silver dollar. When he handed it to me, he said, I hope you treat it well. I bet if it could talk about the places that it's been to, you would be amazed at all the stories it could tell. How it started out in the saddlebag of a cowboy in Montana. One summer mending fences, it became his first day's pay. Spent it on a new shirt to impress a rancher's daughter. How many other young hearts did it help along the way? It was hidden in the pocket of a young Kentucky soldier who carried it for luck in the war to end all wars. When the fight was over, he gave it to another who needed a little something and a little something more. In 100 years it's been handled by a million saints and sinners, but in God we trust can still be read even after all this time. And across the top it says that we roll in this together. We are one though we are many, that's how we all survive. Was it wasted on a broken dream or another glass of whiskey? Was it taken by a stranger at the wrong end of a gun? Was it in the offering in church on Sunday morning to remind us what he gave us when he gave his only son? It might help if we could see ourselves as shiny silver dollars. As we travel through this world, are we a blessing or a curse? Most of us are worn and a little rough around the edges. Shouldn't be so hard to see what we all are worth. In 100 years it's been handled by a million saints and sinners, but in God we trust can still be read even after all this time. And across the top it says that we roll in this together. We are one though we are many, that's how we all survive. We are one though we are many, that's how we all survive. Thank you very much. Joe Gavito on the acoustical guitar. When I first met Joe, I said, do you play? He goes, I play a little guitar. And look, there it is. I know y'all are laughing out there in YouTube land. I guess we should tell Joe, that guitar is called a papoose, and Joe has decided that it is best described as a soprano guitar. Would you go with that? That's what you told me to say. All right. I like to do a song that was written by my friend Alan Shamblin. Alan and Clover and Rachel know Alan, and he's just a wonderful guy. And quite a prolific and successful songwriter. I'm that little boy with glasses, the one they call the geek. A little girl who doesn't smile 'cause I got braces on my teeth. I know how it feels to cry myself to sleep. I'm that kid on every playground that's always chosen last, a single teenage mother trying to overcome my past. You don't have to be my friend, is it too much to ask? Don't laugh at me, don't call me names, don't get your pleasure from my pain. In God's eyes we're all the same. Someday we'll all have perfect wings. Don't laugh at me. I'm that cripple on the corner, you pass me on the street. I wouldn't be out here begging if I had enough to eat. Don't think I don't notice, our eyes never meet. I lost my wife and little boy when someone crossed that yellow line. The day they laid them in the ground, that's the day I lost my mind. Now I'm down to holding this little cardboard sign. Don't laugh at me, don't call me names, don't get your pleasure from my pain. In God's eyes we're all the same. Someday we'll all have perfect wings. Don't laugh at me. I'm fat, I'm thin, I'm short, I'm tall, I'm deaf, I'm blind, hey, aren't we all? Don't laugh at me, don't call me names, don't get your pleasure from my pain. In God's eyes we're all the same. Someday we'll all have perfect wings. Don't laugh at me. No, 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 don't laugh at me. Oh, don't laugh at me. Thank you. Thank you very much. Can you imagine if you wrote a love song for somebody and then the love was over, but the song remains? It's got to be a tough row to hoe. It used to be my favorite song to sing, the very one that helped me win her heart. Now I'm afraid what singing it might bring whenever the music starts. I hope that I can keep it all together, make it through a chorus and a verse. I know that it ain't helping me forget her. It only makes it worse. I wish somehow that I could just unwrite it. Maybe just turn back the hands of time. Then I wouldn't have to try and hide it, or fight the urge to cry at every line. I hope that you can try and understand it when I tell you I can't sing it anymore. Not even if her memory demands it. It's time to close that door. Oh, I wish somehow that I could just unwrite it. Maybe just turn back the hands of time. Then I wouldn't have to try and hide it, or fight the urge to cry at every line. It used to be my favorite song to sing. Now it's just the one that breaks my heart. I try, but I can't stop remembering whenever the music starts. Thank you. My first trip to Ireland, I went to a little village graveyard in the village one of my grandmothers grew up in. And I was looking for her maiden name on all of the tombstones and finally found one. And I took a picture of it. It was for this fellow named Patrick Kearns. Now, I had never heard the name before, but when I went back home, I checked with the parish priest, and lo and behold, that was my grandmother's brother, my great uncle. And he had listed everybody that had preceded him in death on his tombstone, including his parents, Richard and Mary. So I discovered right then and there who my great-grandparents were, and in follow-up with the priest, found out that there were 9 children in the family, and 8 of them left Ireland for opportunity. And that must have been very tough on the matriarch and patriarch of the family, Richard and Mary. And so this song is for them. Let me tell you a story of Richard and Mary, a fine Irish couple as any could tell. God gave them 5 sons and he gave them 4 daughters, but he gave them a measure of sorrow as well. Life wasn't easy when you're one of 9 children. Opportunity wasn't in such great supply. In fact, it lay somewhere across the wide water. 8 of them chose to bid Ireland goodbye. Fly away like the wild geese of winter, though we know you may never come this way again. If you carry our love to the shores of America, your father and mother will pray that you come back to Ireland one day. Richard, he knew it was all part of living. Ah, but Mary, she cried for the ones who had gone. Ireland gives up her sons and her daughters. They weren't the only ones singing this song. Fly away like the wild geese of winter. Though we know you may never come this way again. If you carry our love to the shores of America, your father and mother will pray that you come back to Ireland one day. 4 generations have passed since this story. Now we are the wild geese who never return, with a legacy now on both sides of the ocean. Give Richard and Mary the honor they've earned. Fly away like the wild geese of winter. Though we know you may never come this way again. If you carry our love to the shores of America, your father and mother will pray that you come back to Ireland. Won't you come back to Ireland? Won't you come back to Ireland one day? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, I'm sure if you ask anybody, the reason that you take up guitar, Clover, you know what the reason really is when you take up guitar, is to attract the opposite sex, right? Well, so you do that, and maybe you get the girl, maybe you write her a song, and she said, I could listen to you sing and play all night, right? And that lasts what? About 2 months. And then she says, baby, could you give it a rest? I'm trying to watch Honey Boo Boo. So this is the before. This song is called Sing to Me, and it go like this. I think it go like this. Things don't always go quite the way they should, but complaining about them doesn't do me any good. I'm much better off because I have you. When the world becomes too much, you know just what to do. You just set me down, open up your case, and you let the music take me to another place. In a little while, I'm as good as new. With another day, I know that I'm gonna make it through. Sing to me with a voice so sweet and clear, and I will listen till my troubles disappear. You can always soothe my worried mind with just a song, then I sing along. I think about how good my life can be. Sing to me, oh, 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 yeah. Well, we don't have a lot, but on second thought, what we have is something money could have never bought. I have always known you were heaven sent, 'cause my life is so much better than I've ever dreamt. It's just you and me and that old guitar. That's all we've ever needed to get by so far. After all this time, we have passed the test. When my time is through, I hope you grant my last request. Come on, sing to me with a voice so sweet and clear, and I will listen till my troubles disappear. You can always soothe my worried mind with just a song, then I sing along. I think about how good my life can be. Sing to me, oh, 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 oh. Thank you. Well, I know I got a couple of more songs in me. I'd like to play you the latest one, the song that I wrote about Colorado. Joe thinks I wrote this song about Colorado because they have legal
Marijuana.
oh, but it's not true. They have legal edibles, that's why. But anyway, let me do this. She was only passing through, heading home to Colorado. I was only passing time until she come along. I've always had my arrow pointed any way the wind blows, following your heart's alright, even when it's wrong. She said, come with me out west. Oh, you never know what can happen next. And we laughed, we cried, we made love under a mountain sky. And before we knew it, that was all that there was to it. True love was hard to find till I made Colorado mine. Whoa, 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 whoa. She loved to greet the sunrise when we woke up in the morning. At night we'd build a fire underneath a million stars. She helped me find the magic of the place that she was born in. I never knew a dream could ever carry me that far. And after all this time, our love is strong and our life is fine. And we laugh, we cry, yeah, we make love under a mountain sky. And that's all there is to it. You would know if you just do it. True love is hard to find, so I made Colorado mine. Whoa. Thank you very much. Let me get a little water. And we're going to try this song. This will be our swan song for the evening. I heard my friend Gary Morris sing this song with just his guitar, and it was magical. It's from the first musical I ever saw, Broadway musical. Now, I'm from Tomball. We pronounce it Les Miserables, but it is in fact Les Miserables. Bless. And he challenged me to learn the song, and I said, well, challenge accepted. The song is a prayer. Valjean, who's singing it, is praying to God to save the life of Marius, his daughter's beloved. They were both mixed up in the French Revolution, and it was doubtful whether either of them would survive the night. God on high, hear my prayer. In my need, you have always been there. He is young and he's afraid. Let him rest, heaven blessed. Bring him home, bring him home, bring him home. He's like the son I might have known if God had granted me a son. The summers die one by one, how soon they fly, on, and I am old, and will be gone. Bring him peace, bring him joy. He is young, he is only a boy. You can take and you can give. Let him be, let him live. If I die, let me die. Let him live. Bring him home. Bring him home. Bring him home. God bless you all. Thank you all for having us.
What's at the bottom of the silo?
We're about to find out. almost there. It takes a long time to get to Abilene. We are almost to the Lawn Atlas Missile Base just outside of Abilene, Texas. We're meeting Larry Satch Sanders out here. He's the owner of the facility. This is an underground, declassified military facility. And the thing I'm most excited to see is this underground silo that is 18 stories deep.
And since it's set for 40 years, it's full of water. They stopped the water pumps 40 years ago. So this thing is full of 120 feet of water. It's 185 feet tall. Nobody knows what's at the bottom of the silo. Over the years, people have broken into the facility, and we don't know if there might be an urban explorer that got in and couldn't get out because there are no rails or no ladders to get out. And we've also heard rumors that the mob might have come in and dropped off some body. So we don't know what we're going to find. We're going to lower a camera 100 feet down the middle of the silo and see what's at the bottom. If you like history and relics of the past, this episode is for you. All over the world, Texas is known for its love of freedom and tough grit personalities. Larry Satch Sanders is no exception. There's not too many people who can say they own their own missile base. The missile base was declassified in 1965 and is set vacant for over 40 years. Many people don't realize that Texas played a large part in the Cold War by housing several underground missile bases. And since it's filled with water and there are so many mysteries surrounding what's at the bottom, we couldn't wait to send our cameras down.
So we finally get to go inside. I'm so excited. If you're standing where I am, you could feel the warm air coming in from outside and the cold air coming up this tunnel from behind me.
And we know that there's a silo down at the bottom, but evidently there's a lot of other stuff down there, and Larry's about to take us on a tour. I can't wait to check it out. Hey, we're at the Lawn Atlas Missile Base in Abilene, Texas, and we're about to explore an ICBM missile silo. Are you ready?
Hang on to your hat.
After a tour of the top of the missile base, it was time to go underground.
I felt a little like we were stepping into a time portal.
This is the entry portal to the Launch Control Center. The Launch Control Center was approximately a story and a half underground. It's a two-story structure attached to the silo. This door represented the structure referred to as the entrapment area. So the crew, when they arrived here, would identify their presence on the phone. This door would be unlocked from a remote location in the Launch Control Center. Then the entire crew would come into the space. That door would lock behind them, and they'd be entrapped in this small space. And then the commander would lift another phone and then exchange code with the commander in place. And then they would be allowed to enter the facility. That was also the opportunity if they were under some type of external threat, he could exchange the proper code with the commander in place to notify security, and they would be taken care of. And this is where we encounter the two 1-ton manganese blast doors. And these doors were always kept in a closed position to guarantee that the crew in the Launch Control Center would never be exposed to radiation or any type of external explosive threat. The 1-ton manganese doors, manganese is significant because it has a higher melting temperature and it guaranteed the integrity of the Launch Control Center.
Can you try to move it?
Yep.
That's amazing. Look, you can still move this thing.
Now, y'all will notice as we came into the Launch Control Center, we encountered 4 right-angle turns in the structure. By design, those right-angle turns serve a very, very important purpose. First of all, every time there's a right-angle turn, there's a dramatic reduction of pressure that an explosion can put on our blast doors. So we had 3 right-angle turns before we got to the first blast door, and then another right-angle turn before the second blast door. And the other reason is that radiation can only move in straight lines. It can't make a right-angle turn. So the 4 right-angle turns guarantee that in the case of an explosion, the crew could never be exposed to radiation. Let's go ahead downstairs.
Satch led the way down to the first floor, the control center of the base.
Welcome to the Launch Control Center. And the Launch Control Center was the center of all the activity here and the point where all the control for the launch of the Atlas ICBM occurred. Now you have to kind of use your imagination because this room's been radically changed in its configuration since it was an active site, but everything on this side was dedicated to the actual operation of the missile. So we have a large launch console where the commander sat. All the communications was located here. The power generation station for the diesel power that propelled the system during its launch sequence. Everything happened right here. And there was a crew of 5 on station. They had 2 officers and they had 3 NCOs that were responsible for every aspect of the launch. And that's a phenomenal amount of responsibility, especially when you consider 3 out of those 5 were probably under 24 years old.
After touring the control center, Satch led us deeper underground.
The crew of 5 that would have been here for their 24-hour shift, I'm sure thought on a regular basis of, well, in the case of a nuclear attack, is this where I will be buried? And that thought was eliminated by an emergency escape hatch that the engineers thoughtfully incorporated into the site. So that massive steel door there supported 4 tons of sand in a tube that goes to the surface. And in the case of a nuclear attack, with the entryway being destroyed and the crew wanted to get out of here, they would come over and pull this lanyard device. And by pulling on that, it would unlock the door on the emergency escape hatch. 4 tons of sand would have fallen to the floor, spread out just like sands in an hourglass. They would have attached an extension ladder, and then they would have climbed out of the Launch Control Center. One of the unique design characteristics of the Launch Control Center is the fact that the 2-story building here was hung from the ceiling. And there was a massive series of air shocks at 4 points on this structure that allowed the entire 2-story structure to swing free of the external walls. So in the case of a nuclear attack or earthquake or any vibrating causing incident, everything on the floor here would be insulated from that shock. And in fact, when it was operational, you could put your hand on the wall here, push on it hard, and rock the house.
So this supported 2 stories.
2 stories, exactly.
So what you're telling me is that could hold my weight?
Absolutely.
I've got to test this out for myself.
Amazing, it does. Oh, goodness. I can't catch you.
That's great. After a tour of the control center, we were finally going to get to see the silo. This is scary and exciting at the same time. We're standing overhanging this, how many feet are we above?
It's about 65 feet above the water.
About 65 feet above the water.
Why is there water in here?
Yeah.
Well, in the late 60s, when the salvors completed removing the crib, the structure that used to exist inside the silo, the last thing they did was remove the sump pumps from the 2 sump wells at the bottom. And water immediately started coming in and has continued to rise to this day.
Well, I can't wait to lower the camera down to the bottom of the silo to see what's down there. No one has been down there for some time, from what I understand, and we're going to see what's at the bottom.
Let's do it.
I put these on here temporarily just to hold them in place, and I've got to take them out, and as soon as we take them out, I've got to turn the lights on, then close them back up and put the zip ties on there. So these are going to be on. They'll last for an hour. So we need to do this. We've got an hour to do it. The clock was ticking, and it was time to get going.
We had to assemble the rig right there on site.
It was difficult to prepare the equipment with the lights right in my eyes.
The lights were blinding.
Here's where all of our preparations would come to nothing if we couldn't pull it off. I'm okay. I made it.
Here we go. We've got limited amount of time. We're racing against we only have an hour's worth of light on the big lights that we have. So we're trying to get these things in as fast as possible so we can use our other lights.
It's amazing how those things got knotted up.
I know. I think we took the bag and shook them all up on purpose. I'm feeling kind of frantic. I'm feeling kind of frantic because we're supposed to get these things in and we only have so much time. And look, we got these, I'm having to cut it up with this pocket knife down here on this flotilla and get these things thrown in. There. Okay, this one's going in.
Now my favorite knot is the clove hitch because it's obviously named after me, but I'm going to be using the Moonter hitch because I didn't bring the rest of the gear down. What I have here is 150 feet of rope that I have marked with a tape at 100 feet. Now I didn't have a mechanism to measure the rope, so I went to the local hardware store, and while no one was looking, I ran it through their machine, and no one ran me off. So I know that this is accurate. We are about to lower the camera down to the bottom and see what's down there. Rachel's going to be monitoring the camera with the iPad, and we're going to see. Larry, you ready to do this?
Absolutely.
There you go. Are you recording, Rachel? You hit record? They're recording. Here we go.
As soon as we put the camera in the water, we lost our monitor.
And we lost it.
There we go. There we go.
Now that sounds like a heartbeat, but that's actually the sound of the rope on the edge of the flotilla. I don't want to purposely snag this on anything.
The pressure was starting to build, and our lights were only rated to 100 feet. We didn't know how much more they could take.
just about 100-foot mile.
You hear that sound? That's the sound of our lighting case starting to crack.
All right, I don't feel it. Now at this point, I could just be piling on rope. If I snag on something. I'm gonna go at least to the 100-foot mark. All right, here is 100 feet.
But just before we reached our maximum depth, the bottom came into view.
Just let it hang.
I say let's keep going.
There is no structure except on the wall over here. So maybe 5 more feet? I think we could do 5 more feet. Should we do 5 more feet, Rachel?
Yes, we should.
We lost our monitor halfway down and didn't know that we had already hit bottom. And more importantly, we didn't realize how dangerously close we were to getting hung up.
If we bump
down.
something. Okay.
It's on the bottom?
It's down. There's no weight on it. Okay, yeah, let's
When I tugged on the rope, the rig got lodged. But we didn't even know how perilous the situation was.
Something's moving down there. I can't see the light any longer. It's pitch dark. Yeah, probably disturbed whatever's down there, or awoken's down there.
As we were joking around up top, the situation below was getting worse.
100% of your diet at that depth.
You know what we're going to find when
And
it
by
comes
doing
back up?
that, you have
There's going to be
safety
a
built into
skeleton
the plan.
hand hanging on
So
to
that
it.
as you're ascending, slow.
But when I started to pull up the rig, it came free.
Eagle has landed. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for down the road.
Wow, what an experience!
Can you believe we almost lost our camera?
Had I known we were going to come so close to losing the camera, I wouldn't have done it. Yes, I would, because it was cool.
Yes, it was. What did you see?
I saw a dead body.
You saw a ladder.
It was under the ladder.
What did you see?